welcome to Bodyweight Total Strength. My name is Cameron and I'm going to be your instructor today. All you're going to need for this class is a bath towel, which you're going to roll up lengthwise. Right? If you're on a carpet like me, you're not going to need a mat, but if you're on something like a hardwood floor, your towel can double as your mat, or you can grab a yoga mat or something like that and use it later in the class. So we're going to get started with our warm-up, and then after that, I'm going to run you through a set of exercises. Once we're through that, you can rewind and do it 2 to 3 more repetitions. All right, so let's just get started with some body weight squats here. We're going to plant the feet into the ground, toes pointing forward, knees pointing forward, and squat and lift. Sinking the hips back into your chair. You don't need to worry about getting all the way down to your deep squat yet. We're just warming up. Keep those knees pointed forward. A few more here. And let's take this in a lunge out to the side. So we're just going to just feel that stretch in our inner thighs as we go side to side. And again, we're warming up. No need to get super deep into it yet. It's sitting back into that chair. And let's do one more on each side. Good, go ahead and face front if you weren't already. One step forward, kick that heel up towards your glutes. Kick back. And you want to squeeze your shoulder blades behind you, punching those elbows back as well. 4, 3, 2, and using that same momentum, get the knee up in front. Engaging your core, your hip flexors. Holding your arms down. Three, 2, and let's take this into some jumping jacks. If you don't want the impact of the jumping jacks, you can always step side to side. I'm hearing my bookshelf rattle behind me. 3, 2, and let's start that cycle again. Feet about shoulder width apart. Get into those squats. Maybe getting a little deeper into it this time than before. And let's take it into those lunges, side to side. Really feeling that stretch in the inner thighs. One more each side. And getting into those curls. Squeezing those shoulder blades. Get those heels up as high as you can. And bring it into those knee ups. Engage your whole body here. And lastly, bring it into those jumping jacks. Three, 2, and 1. Go ahead and shake it out. Roll out your ankles and your wrists. Maybe grab a sip of water. Now we're going to start with our lower body, and we're going to start that with squats. So it's going to be similar to warm-up, but I'm going to give you a few options to progress. So option 1, Squat down with both legs. Option 2, use support if you need, but pick one leg up and with control, lower that knee to the ground and pick it back up. If you're doing both legs, just do 10. If you're doing one and then the other leg, 5 and 5. Get set, and let's go. Slow and controlled here. Should be about on number 6. Sitting back with those hips. About 2 more. Good, shake it out. I'm gonna demo the next exercise as you all are resting. So we're gonna start with our hip hinge. Feet about shoulder width apart, hinging forward and standing up. So hinging forward, standing up. To add on to that, you're going to hinge, step out into your side lunge. And then hinge, same thing, 5 and 5, right? If you want to add on, one leg hinge, use that leg to step out. Landing gently on the feet to protect the knees. Get set, 5 and 5, here we go. Slow and controlled. Sitting back into the chair on the lunge. Keeping the hips parallel to the floor on that hip hinge. All right, ready? Switching sides. So hinge and step out with that opposite leg. Also have the option to go one leg It'll be more of a challenge here if you pause at the top here without letting the leg touch the ground. I think we've got one more. And go ahead and finish it out. And stand it back up. Good, shake out those legs. All right, now we're gonna grab our towels. You're gonna hold them in a nice wide V shape over your head. All right, I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see. You're holding it slightly in front of your head. Pulling in the core. You're gonna squeeze your shoulder blades together to pull that towel down to your chest. All right, from the back, pulling, squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. Mainly feeling the resistance between your shoulder blades. So this is a back exercise. We're doing 10 of these. And here we go. Squeeze it down. Slow and controlled. The more resistance you put on that towel, the slower you go, the more work you're going to do. Keep that core pulled in nice and tight. Should be about halfway there. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, good. And last one. Bring it all the way back up before lowering down. Roll out those shoulders. Excellent work. All right, now we're gonna come to the floor for our first chest exercise. If you want, you can always prop yourself up on a sturdy chair instead of coming all the way down to the floor, and I'm gonna show a couple of progressions here. So, number one, get into push-up position on your knees. Nice line all the way from your shoulders down to your knees. And we lower and lift. Another option here is to come to your feet, then lower down slow, and then work yourself back up. And finally, the lower and lift in your classic push-up. If you know progressions beyond that, good on you, go ahead. All right. 10 here, in 3, 2, and 1, here we go. Exhale on the way up. Try to get those elbows back at a 45-degree angle. Good, keep that core engaged. You get tougher towards the end. And let's do one more. Good, go ahead and rotate those wrists out. Excellent work. Shake it out, shake it out. All right, now we're going to come to a biceps exercise that's going to combine with a leg exercise. So first what you're going to do, put one foot down on your towel, right? Grab the other end, thumb pointing towards the sky like an ice cream cone. Right? Once you're held here, you're going to lower down into your lunge and curl up with that bicep. Right? So the key here is the more resistance you put into this, the more work you're going to get. So when you lunge, pull, pull, pull with your arm and resist with your arm on the way up. All right, we're going to do 5 on each side. Get set. And here we go. Squeeze nice and slow. And resist on the way up. Good, this is a leg workout too, so make sure you're keeping your knee pointing forward. Keeping your knee behind your toes. One more. Good, and relax. Shake out that arm, switch to the other leg. So other foot comes down, ice cream cone grip with that hand, and let's lunge it back. Squeezing with the bicep. You may need to adjust it a few times to get comfortable, that's totally okay. One more here. And shake it out, good. Ooh. All right. So now we're going to come down to the floor for triceps. This one, no equipment necessary. You can use your towel as your mat if you want. This time, we're gonna come into our high plank, or actually it's more of a tabletop because we're gonna keep supported on our knees. Hands come a little in front of you rather than right under your shoulders. And then we're going to dip down towards the ground and tap the elbows. Right, might not seem like much at first, but once you get in 10 reps, it'll add up. Get set, and here we go. Lower and lift. The more work you want to do here, the more you put into your arms, your upper body, rather than your knees. About halfway there. Key is to go slow on the way down and have power on the way up. 2 more. And bring it up. Good, shake that out. Ooh, I felt the burn there. I hope you all did too. Grab some water if you need it. Now we're gonna do a couple of core exercises to round it out. So we're gonna start with our side plank. Again, if you want to support yourself on a chair rather than the ground, that's totally fine. There are a couple options here as well. So come down to your elbow. You can have your knees bent and lift up to your knees. You can lift up to your feet. And the options here are going to be, you can lift the arm and then tuck the knee into the elbow. Or you can lift the arm and curl under before unfolding back up to the sky. So I'm gonna count out 10 repetitions of that. If you want, you're just holding the plank the whole time. Otherwise, you can do the movement along with me. And get set, hold it up. 10, 9, 8, 7. Again, you can hold it up. You can do whichever options you want. You can trade it out if you want. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Excellent. Stretch that side. Shake it out if you need. Good work. We're going to switch to the opposite side. So elbow down, and again, knees, feet, adding movement if you want. Get set, and we're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift it up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Good. Stretch that side. Shake out your arms. We have one more move, and that is going to be our beast, either hold or with a leg lift. So I'll show you both options. And again, the chair is still in play here if you want. Tabletop position. Knees beneath your hips, hands beneath your shoulders, pulling in that core nice and tight. Your option here is to lift and hold, or we're going to do alternating 5 repetitions on each side, which is keeping that knee bent at your right angle, lift and lower. Other side, lift and lower. Ready? 3, 2, and 1. Lift it up. You can lift your head and look around. That's totally fine. It's not actually going to mess up your spine. Keep those knees just a few inches above the ground. Keep it up. We're halfway there. Keep breathing. Slow and controlled with those feet. Last one on each side. And lower down. Good. Shake out those arms. Rolling out the wrists if you need. All right, those are our exercises. If you want to do more, go ahead and rewind the video and start from the beginning. Go another round. Otherwise, you can stick with me and we're going to start cooling down. So go ahead and stay seated on your mat or your floor. And we're going to start just crisscross. Take a few deep breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Reconnecting with the breath, calming down. And then let's put one hand on the ground, lift the other hand, and arch over to the side, stretching through your obliques. Each exhale, trying to get a little deeper into that stretch. And bring it up and over other side. One more breath. And bring it up. Now we're going to sit into our V-sit, bringing one leg up and over to crisscross in our figure 4. And then you can scoot forward here until you feel that stretch in your glutes. Feel free to rotate that ankle if you want. And uncross, scoot back, crisscross the other way, and scoot forward into that glute stretch. rotating that ankle if you want. And go ahead and unravel those legs, work your way up to standing. And we're gonna start 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Back heel is on the ground, leaning into that calf stretch, and pull one arm across for your shoulder stretch. Keeping your shoulder down away from your ear, pulling it in towards your chest. Good, now unravel that arm. Take those hips, roll them forward. So you should feel a stretch down your back hip flexor. Take the same arm behind your head and add a little pressure on your elbow for your tricep stretch. Hip flexors and triceps, both being stretched out right now. Let's go ahead and unravel those. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Calf stretch. Add on that shoulder stretch. And keeping the shoulder down away from the ears. Good, take those hips, roll them forward, stretching out the back hip flexor. And add in that tricep stretch. Still keeping your chin up. Avoid pressure on the back of the head. And unravel both of those. Grab support if you need. One more stretch for our quads. Try to get those knees parallel to each other. Still pulling in the torso, keeping it all involved and engaged. And other side. Good, knees parallel. And go ahead and lower down into a nice wide stance. Sink down into that. And lift it up, rounding the shoulders up and back. One more time, lower. And big circle with those shoulders. 2 big deep breaths to end the day. Big inhale. And exhale. One more. And give yourself a hand. Excellent work, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I look forward to seeing you all again soon.